Hey, is that it right there? Okay, like if it's doing that, I don't mind. Two-seamer, holy. Hey, 7-19. 7-19. Yeah. Yeah, D. Fire me up. Holy, you did it. Holy, you did it, man. Oh, that was more than the sinker. So like the biggest thing is like he's working for this sinker, so it's not like obviously like you heard me during like the warm-ups, like it was doing what we wanted to do, and I think it's just the biggest thing is like guy like this, it becomes a trust factor. Holy,
that was a lot of movement.
God, dude, that looked so much more than what it was. So yeah, we've just kind of been tinkering with the two-seam grip to like allow maybe, you know, have him have that two-seam, have that cutter up, and then be able to work that sweeper, work the changeup as well. Hey, yeah, that's 10 and 19. We haven't done that in a couple weeks. Actually, at all. I'm lying. With this, it's just more so we're just trying to like find ways to take his arsenal and really like make it efficient as possible to allow, you know, him just to kind of move all over the quadrant and stuff. Cutter? Yeah. You know, and that's the biggest thing is like we talked about it before. Like he's a big leaguer. He's got good experience.
Yep.
So it's more so just tinkering stuff, and like the hardest thing that we have talked about in this process. Yeah.
Nice. I mean, he's got 6 years of big league time. You've got 3 years of big league time. How has that kind of fed into your guys' relationship and how you built off of that?
A lot of honesty.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like, you know, we both are older. We came up in a different era when, you know, not all this fancy technology and all this data was really there for us. It was always just kind of more old school, watch video, break stuff down. Now it's been more of like, how can we take this information now that, you know, we're both in a different, you know, facet of all this technology and all this information and really build something, you know, off of this, right? So it's like we're going into the old school mentality of stuff. We're also talking about like what he's done previous seasons and what felt good, what felt right, you know, and it's a lot of back and forth of like, you know, hey, I got this thought. Hey, I got this thought. You know, there's been a lot of phone calls outside of the gym where I have an idea or he has a thought and we kind of just, you know, hash it out and, you know,
absolutely
bring it up. So it's been really fun, but at times it's also frustrating because it's like we both know what it's supposed to look like and supposed to do, and it's just sometimes some days aren't like that.
Yep. You mentioned before that you would go back and look at the days where he felt like he was his best, the years that he was his best, and kind of try to workshop and build back to that. Has that been very helpful in experimenting on what he needs to do now?
Yeah, it's been a lot of like looking at old video, looking at old film, but at the same time too, you have to realize like he's older than what he was in those videos, right? So it's like how can we make or find some sensations or feels with what he is now. Like we've opened up, you know, a huge range of mobility. You know, he's gotten a lot stronger than, you know, he was already strong, but he's just kind of gotten a lot stronger. But I think he's built even more of a connection with his body through that. But, you know, there has been days where things are a little bit confusing of like what, you know, he's trying to do and try to, you know, create, like, because there's been days where I've been able to emulate his delivery, and he's like, dude, you do my delivery better than I do. And I was like, well, I don't have to play anymore. I'll take that. We know what it's supposed to look like. We know what he's supposed to do. It's just some days it doesn't happen.
Yeah, and he's building up right now to go play indie ball in Gastonia, right?
Yes. So with that, yeah, I mean, so he's going to go play in Gastonia, and hopefully, you know, just do his thing. I mean, I think we've talked about it before. It's like this is the most he's ever thrown indoors, right? Like that old school mentality of like put the cleats on, go out, face some hitters on a field. You know, so I know that
he's a game person.
Yes. You know,
he's not going to be at his peak form indoors in early April. It's going to be out there under the lights. Like he's pitched in big league stadiums for 6 years. He's not going to be the same pitcher in here as he's going to be, you know, out in front of a crowd and in front of like with high competition.
Absolutely. I mean, like, it just comes with like adrenaline, like that feeling of like, hey, the phone rings and it's like there's 50,000 people, time to get ready, and you go out there and like, just that adrenaline rush of that compared to like now having a whole off season where it's indoors. You know, we're playing catching here. We're early in the offseason, we would go to Ramble, which is parked right down the road, and play catch outside just to get him to feel that length again and just kind of get him what we kind of came up being used to. But yes, he's definitely more of a gamer. Everything happened outdoors. This has been a little bit different, but yeah, his peak velocity is going to show up more in games and stuff like that. But this is also the hardest he ever thrown in all season before the season. Dang, was that it? Dude, that's crazy. I'm saying that's crazy because it looked way different than what this read.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, so did I. But see, that's the thing too, is like the honesty of like, yeah, that looked really good, but like the numbers don't lie. That's the thing too, is like we're just trying to find, I'm sorry, Craig, what he feels most efficient with, right? Just being able to kind of move it in those quadrants, have the cutter, have the sinker, have the sweeper, have the changeup as well. Oh.
So looking forward to this season with Gastonia, what do you think he needs to do? What does he need to showcase?
I think obviously velo is king, but too, I think just going out there and commanding the strike zone a little bit more. He ran into a little issue with like, some walks last year. So I think the biggest thing, so I think the biggest thing is like him going out there competing, but also him going out there competing, but filling up the strike zone.
Yeah.
Right? Like showcasing that, he can still get outs, but also velos up. But he's in the strike zone more. He's having conviction with all 4 pitches. Getting ahead. And that's one thing that we've worked on this offseason is just like, hey, we're trying to be in the zone. We're trying to be, efficient with our stuff and put guys away as early as possible. I don't mind that. For him, it's just like let's get some hitters in there. Let's get some flow going and see where there it is. That was yeah. The flow of just seeing some hitters, and once we get outside, get under the lights, I think that's
the rest takes care of itself.
The switch goes off.
Yeah,
100%.
Absolutely. Those play off each other so well.
Yeah.
That sequence is nasty because you're seeing the hitter obviously doing like a double take because that sinker misses down and in, but then that cutter's a free strike. He will never swing at that pitch.
Yeah, it's just a different look, and that's what we're kind of going for. Like having that cutter at the top of the zone and be able to throw that sinker off of it. Yeah. Just being able to like find different manipulation with that two-seamer and that cutter. Because I don't think he's really shown a changeup yet, but like I think his changeup's always been his bread and butter that he's always been able to have in his back pocket, where it's like he can kind of whip this out at any time and be able to throw it at any count whenever he wants.
I think this is a fantastic example of just a pitcher, right?
Yeah.
He's just mixing spots, he's mixing locations, just changing eye levels. He's done a really, really good job so far this live.
Oh. That was kind of sick. That was like a slow motion. Hey, those are the ones where it's like it comes back at you and you think it's harder than it is. Yeah.
71 off the bat.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so it's kind of cool to see like kind of the progression. Like there's been a lot of frustration this offseason because like obviously we want to see the 96, 97, 98 that he's once had. But like now it's also too is like we've seen spurts of that here. But then now it's like we're actually using our stuff to be able to get in the zone, pitch in the zone, and move stuff around and whatnot.
I bet it's been cool to see the development as a pitcher and how he's figured out how he needs to pitch now, how he needs to throw things differently, like with the cutter sinker there, like that demonstrates a clear knowledge of the zone.
I think that's something that we've talked about. Is like when we first started working together and we had conversations, it's more about like we're tinkering stuff with the body, tinkering with stuff with pitch design, getting feel for that. Because we both talked about like understanding like how to sequence and how to go about hitters and stuff like that. Like that was something that one of those things is like he's like, dude, put a hitter in there. He's like, I know what I'm gonna do. Right?
Absolutely.
Like, I know what I want to do. Little cutter. Did that one feel better or no? Was that this? Yeah. So like it's one of those things where it's like today it's like we're feeling some stuff out, but also this is most pitches he's thrown to most hitters right now. But like I was saying before, it's like he's sequencing, like he knows what we're doing. He knows what he wants to do, but like I'll also be honest too, is like where we've been really stubborn as far as like hammering certain pitches to where like that's the focus.
Yeah.
He doesn't really care like right now setting hitters up or putting guys away. It's more of like we're working on a pitch. He just wants to throw it. He wants to see it. And so like today, right, we're throwing this two seam. We're messing around. We just kind of messed with the grip today. Like it was like, hey, I want you to try this. Like, you know, I was messing around yesterday in my catch play.
Nice.
So I was messing around with him in my catch play. Huh? I mean, dude, we just started throwing it today though. Like, and we've already seen. I mean, huh? But I mean, this is also shown that it is at times. Like you've thrown a couple of them that like we haven't even thrown over there at all. So like, I think it's just we've implemented this grip today to where you're around with it, and we're getting some yes, some no. Like I think that's expected right now to have that. But we are seeing that it actually can happen today. Like I was messing around with the grip yesterday, and I was like, dude, let's around with this and see what happens.
Yeah.
And you know, we've seen some success with it. Some, like you just heard him say, like some have backed up, some have felt good, but like I think that's the biggest thing that we're constantly just chasing. I mean, like him being, you know, a big leaguer, it's like he's got a mindset of what he wants to do. I got a mindset of like what I thought, and like I said, those outside phone calls or those early conversations, like what are we trying to do today?
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, all right, we're trying to find the sinker. We're trying to mess with the sweep.
It's simple, just like.
All right, 2-1 here. 2 sweepers and a backdoor. What are you throwing?
I'm doing what he's doing. All right, I'm trusting my gut. Like if I don't like something, I'm going right back to it. That might be borderline.
No, not.
That's all right. 9-4. I mean, yeah, we're getting below that 10. I mean, that's we've had weeks where, you know, it was 15, and you know we're seeing it 15 and 20. And we're like, dude, this bottoming out. This is but like obviously numbers don't lie. But like today, we're actually seeing some growth of it. We're seeing some development of it, which is really huge. And like the thing is too is like we're seeing the efficiency. He's finally killing the efficiency. Like when he's struggling with it, you know, the efficiency is way higher.
Yeah.
So like we're actually seeing some efficiency being killed and being able to like kind of work off of that a little bit more than what in the past has been happening, right? Like it's like we're seeing more of the horizontal that we're wanting, and we're killing some vert compared to it just being verty and, you know, some horizontal and stuff like that. So, you know, this is the one that, you know, right here that you really dialed in. Like that's the 7 and 19, right? Like there's the efficiency that we wanted, right? Like there's the tilt that we wanted. I mean, and you can see more we're 9 and 19, right? Like, so we're actually seeing progress with that actual shape. And we just decided to around and throw it today.
No, that's actual shape.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think more so now it's like how much trust can I still continue to get into? Like when we were playing catch with it today, it was like boom, boom, boom. Like
free and easy. As soon as that lefty went in there, I was like, bro, I don't want to hit you right now.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like it's more of like that feel, that trust of it. Like, but I mean, I don't mind where we're at. I think today was like a good work. Like I think we got up to 40 pitches.
Yeah.
So I mean, how'd you feel?
Felt great. Like I said, as soon as the lefty came up and I had to throw the sinker.
I think it's when you started pressing it.
Well, that's because I was using that lefty box to throw it to the righties. First couple I was spiking, I picked my sight up and I went literally left hash on the left hand side, and then my man stood up in the box, the line right here, and he was right here. And
It kind of took that visual out of the way. Yeah.
no more. I literally walked up to my man. It's like he's too close. I'm not trying to this whole.
Yeah, especially because we were just trying to we're messing around with it today. But I mean, overall, I mean, I felt like you know picking that up today and messing with it, like that was kind of sick to see.
Yeah.
Because like think about like the days that we spent in the pen over there, and we're trying to hammer it, and it ain't moving.
Yeah.
And like at least today we were promising we were seeing action. Like when I stood up and was all pumped up about it, I was like, dude, that's it.
Yeah.
So now it's just kind of taking that runaway and consistently throwing that. Like, and I think the biggest thing too is like trusting that sweeper is like, and I think today too, just messing with that 2-seamer, that sweeper was just a little bit. I mean, I like the velo of it, and you threw a couple that were really good. I just think the biggest thing is just still trusting that on top of like, you know, having that 2-seam now and that sweeper work with it. So,
Agreed. Great day, though.
Yeah, absolutely.